Ladies and gentlemen, it's the start of a new series, the Wintertown series. Alright, we're going to be doing this series over the winter, if that wasn't obvious enough by the name. I'm not entirely sure how wide I should make this. I mean, the Cyberpunk build and the Abandoned City have 4 wide streets, but see, the problem with that is the snowplow is 3 wide. So I'm debating on making this 5. We'll do 5 wide. See, the only problem with this is 5 is an odd number, so maybe I should do 6. That's really wide, though, and that doesn't leave me a ton of space for buildings. So the first building we're going to do in this intersection is actually a coffee shop. We're going to do something very similar to the Cyberpunk layout and do parallel parking spots, because I love the detail that adds. And the parallel parking spots give us a nice spot to put piles of snow. Our sidewalk will be 2 wide. A lot of people wonder how I make my layouts. I do a lot of imagining in my head. Let me redo this real quick. This will be a lot easier to read. Hold on. So, actually, hold on. Let me redo this again. As you know, on intersections, I love to make rounded, realistic sidewalks. So that's what these are. These are the corners. This is where your crossings will be, like this. Alright, that's what that is. Okay. Then, okay, hold on. Let's actually extend these a little bit more. This 2-lane spot on either side is our parallel parking. And then if you put a line through this, you can see our 2 lanes. So yeah, you got your parallel parking spots, your 2 lanes. This is the best we're going to get for showing my layout. So what we have, 2-lane road. That's what this, you can kind of see the cross in the middle. That's our road line. On either side, there's 2 lanes, so you can see the road's 2 lanes wide. 2 wide sidewalk, that's the furthest from everything, the very far out. Hold on, let me clarify this a little better. This is our sidewalk, this kind of M shape, or this bird shape. And then this right angle here is our parallel parking and our crossing. So this rectangle right here, parallel parking, right here, parallel parking, and then this curved kind of 90-degree thing here is our crossing. So we'll make our road real quick. It's actually snowing right now for me, so the vibes are immaculate. Totally fitting what I'm doing right now. So what I'll do is I'll get concrete, a nice road color, preferably like a dark gray, just slightly darker than medium stone gray, or just straight medium stone gray, and then we make our sidewalks mid-gray. Then, for sidewalks, our first building's going to be right here, so I'll do this side. We'll kind of fill in our area. There we go. That's the right shape. Because what we'll do now, we'll get ramps. Get that on both sides. I've never actually made an intersection like this. This is actually different from what I usually do. But I know exactly what I'm looking for, so that's what I'm going to try and shoot for. And then right here, we'll get a convex. 10 by 10. There you go. You can kind of see the shape we're going for now. And then we'll get these on these sides too, except these are going to be 5 by 5 instead. It's very complicated, I know, but trust me, having a nice base, like if you spent a whole entire day just working on your road, or even like an hour or 2, I can guarantee you'll get much better results, because your road is like your canvas to your painting. So if you make a really nice, a really well-planned kind of road or intersection to work on, you get all the like accuracy you want, all the shape you want, all that jazz. If you do all that, you'll have an amazing canvas to work on, and you won't find mistakes later on after you've built buildings that you may or may not need to delete a lot of stuff to fix. Having like all your mistakes corrected, like you've slept overnight, you've built your thing, you built your road, you slept overnight, you looked at it again, saw no problems, and you got exactly what you wanted, I can guarantee you'll get a really good result. Like, it sounds like I'm geeking out right now, and I kind of am, because intersections are where I started out. I've been doing this for a while now, but I can't stress enough how important your road is in general. It's really, really important, and it might not sound like it is, but it is, trust. I don't think I'm going to do cracked roads for this build, kind of like how I have on the Cyberpunk and the Abandoned City. I think I might actually do like snow patches instead. I want to go really realistic with this. I want to get snow patches, maybe some cracks, but not many, because I want this to actually look like a nice street, not very worn down. And then after that, like after we've gotten our snow, I'm gonna get like snow decals that looks like snow that's kind of like blown up against the curb. We'll get piles of snow too, because what I want to do is have like a snowplow parked somewhere, and then like I feel like it'd be really cool if we had the snowplow like right here, and then like a big pile of snow right here. That could be so cool. But now we've done that, we're gonna make a sidewalk, which will just be a slightly lighter tint from the road, like that. Make sure to color all of our shapes, and then our actual whatchamacallit sidewalk. Now you can kind of see what I was going for. That's a nice clean sidewalk. You got crossing points for each kind of side, because I could easily just do this, and there's your crosswalk. So that works great. A traffic light will fit perfectly on this convex right here, but there's more that could be done to this. I'm actually gonna ball out a little bit and use planks to actually make a better curb. I'm gonna make our shapes and convexes 5.6, because that's the exact number we need to get the rounded part of this. You don't actually have to go in and do individual planks, because that is very painstaking, and trust me, I know. That's what I used to do until I found out, oh yeah, I can just reshape the shapes that are there, which is a lot easier. And the funny part about this is I'm actually building while my kitty's house video is exporting. I just got done editing that, and it's exporting right to my left, and here I am working on the next video already. I was too excited for the winter town to just wait. I really wanted to just get started, because this is going to be such a fun build. And I actually have a time limit for this. I have to finish before winter ends, which should be easy, because winter's like 5 months, depending on where you live. I'm Canadian, though, so... Dude, we're getting like 6 inches of snow till April. And then mid-winter, like I'm talking mid-January, worst time of winter, you're getting a good like 2 to 3 feet. That's weird though. In a lot of cartoons, you'll see like there'll be parts in a winter episode or something where snow actually goes to the height of a door. I've never experienced that before. Like, even though I'm from Canada, I've never experienced that, and I don't know anyone that has. Dude, I swear, I'll shuffle my playlist, but it'll still play the same song more than other songs that I want to hear. Do you guys get that? Like, I'll add a new song to my playlist and literally forget about it because the shuffle does not play it. But it'll play, like, one that I've heard 1,000 times more. It's so irritating. Like, I like this song. I don't want to remove it from my playlist, but I might have to if it keeps repeating so much. It's repetitive. How many can I even fit? 12, 15. So they could be 5 long each. That's really long, though. No, it's 16. Well, it could be 4. That's a really small spot, though. For road markings, I like to do smooth rock, because it kind of looks like an asphalt paint. And then like a yellow, maybe. Because I usually do white. Maybe we go for a yellow. I'm looking at main streets on Google Maps right now. You know, the type of streets you have like barber shops at. Okay, I'm wrong. These are white, and the line in the middle of the road is actually yellow. I have a cool idea, too, that I might do. Okay, hear me out. And then doing this kind of gets us a very traditional, cozy, like, crosswalk feel, which I really like. And I feel like this might have a bit of a more Christmassy vibe to it, too. I really want to go all out on this road, because the road's really important in this build. Like, more than any of my other series, really. Is that fire? I don't know. What I really want to do, which might be a bad idea, because plot data is probably going to be a problem eventually. I want to put a pattern in this. Now, you guys got to hear me out and let me cook. Is that fire? I don't know. Some of them aren't even the same size, I don't think, but I like it. I can't tell if this is fire or not, though. I might just add, like, road lines and stuff, and we'll just wing it until we decide if we like it or not. There we go. I really like this. I think this is a pretty fire base. But yeah, look at this. The thingy works? Oh, that's fire. Look at it jiggle. Like, I'm not a role player. Well, not anymore, at least. But if I was, dude, I'd be tweaking for something like this. I'm very happy with how this main street has been structured. I think we did quite alright. And I'm glad I took the risk of doing this. This weird pattern. I love the look of that. I may... Do I do snow yet? I don't know. See, realistically, they would push this to the side, but I feel like it's cooler to have something like that. That's a vibe. And I'll get like some cones around it or something. Is that fire? I don't know. There's something off about it, which I don't like. I also have no idea how much plot data this is taking up, which I'm very, very aware of now that I've experienced the Abandoned City and the Cyberpunk series. Like, I want this to look good, but I also don't want to screw myself, which is easier said than done. I could say that much. But yeah, just getting some stuff like this. Real cozy, really adds to our vibe. I do think, though, don't know how bad this is going to be for plot data, but I do think we should get, like, piled up snow kind of lined up like this, and then we put the decal down. Or maybe we use ivy instead. Something a little less... We need, like, some shape, because you can't do just an image. What next? Do I start my building now? I feel like I've been doing a lot that isn't actually the building I'm supposed to be building. But hey, maybe you guys like the intersection stuff too, though. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I really want to use these streetlight things. There's those special pillars, isn't there? Oh, festive railing? Dude, there's so much. There's this. Can I... Man. You can't resize the... Wait. No. See, the thing about these is you can't resize them, so I don't know if I'll be able to make a custom... I don't know if I'll be able to make a custom street lamp with these, because I can't make them any thinner. This one I can. We'll use this then. Because I really want to make some custom street lights, which I'm kind of debating on doing right now. Someone in a previous live stream that I did had a super nice kind of lamp design. I'm going to kind of copy them. They said I could. We're going to go for a green, and we're just going to throw a ton of stuff onto this thing, and it's going to look fire. So the only thing is, whenever I place these lights, like we'll do one here, we'll do one here, I'll have to put these like garland things in them every single time, which might be a bit annoying. That does look pretty cool though. We'll stick with it for now. And then we'll have to get like a traffic light or something. Yeah, that's what we got so far. Well, we'll stick with it. I think we can finally start our coffee shop. I'm quite happy with how this is looking so far. I really like the lights. I just don't know if they fit or not. That's some like Victorian New York subway shit. I mean, it is Christmas though. Like, why do I gotta be realistic? Yeah, these are really nice. I just don't know if they fit or not. Like, I almost feel like I should be doing these. I don't know. We'll stick with those for now. I'm gonna take a quick break because my video finished exporting and I gotta like make thumbnails and stuff. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I think it's about time we start the actual cafe. I want to do something similar to this, like very classic, rounded corner look, green roof with red brick. I am worried about plot data, but what I might do is actually use the perfect circle hack. I want this to be fairly big because I don't want to do a ton of buildings because I want to do more detail in individual buildings. So we'll do like 9 by 9, that way we get 3 buildings on this corner. Now this looks really flat right now, but once I kind of get all my decorations on here, I'll start changing colors because this is all the same color. Never do this. I'm just doing this to plan. But we're getting the structure, I guess you could call it. All the trim, everything. And then once everything's on here and I'm happy with how it looks, the shaping, all that jazz, we'll start changing the shades. That way you can see the details better. Well, this definitely isn't going to be great for plot data, but I'm wanting to do it for the detail. And we'll be doing larger, but like shorter buildings in this, which will be better for plot data as well. So that's a benefit right there. And I want this to be the focus building. That's the main thing. This will be the nicest building on the block. And I really want to show that. I just realized me putting that trim there means I can't resize these. So I might have to apply that later. Unless I make it out of basic shapes, which I could. I feel like that'd be a little bit more of a pain in the ass though. So I'll make these indented parts a little bit darker, just like this. That way they're a little bit more noticeable. Really wanting to like, what we want to do here, the goal is to really flex our details, really emphasize them by changing like the shade of stuff, changing the textures, everything really. Anything that like stands out. So you could like make stuff darker, make stuff lighter. You could change textures. There's like endless options really for kind of making your own detail, an emphasis on detail. And pretty much anything that's wall mounted can make a really nice detail. Like these cornice, whatever the hell, ornate roof support details. These are really good. But these like candle things that we used on the, the light, these look really cool too. And then on this, I want to do large windows. Like, I want to have 2 in each of these kind of segments. Something like that works. I just don't know how tall that is. Like, if I walk in here, how tall is that compared to my avatar? Not awful. I might lower it a titch, and then that'll just be our window. And then we'll get, like, tall, skinny ones for the brick up above. Like, we'll go down to there. I was going to do arched windows, but now I don't know if I should because, again, there's that curved part. I'm going to go kind of crazy with the structurals on this one, because the upper windows tend to have a lot more molding and ornate kind of shaping, I guess you could call it. Because this right here is actually going to be green metal, similar to our lights here, but it'll be a little more bland and a little darker. Might even be blander than that. I need like a really bland bluish green, like that. And we'll get like a little roof design here. That's if I can get my plank straight. Pause. I have no clue how expensive this is going to end up being. Really hoping for a lower number, because less expensive means less plot data as well. Kind of a double whammy right there. But I'm going to do like a little roof design above our windows. Might put like a little statue in there. That works for me. And then we'll put a little bit of spice into this window. Maybe like that. And a bit of a pattern above our bottom windows. Not too far apart, definitely. There you go. And then I'll have to make one out of basic shapes for this, which is probably going to be really hard. So that's a bit scary. I'm going to line the top of this with cornice. I'm kind of debating on getting rid of this circle because my reference isn't even a perfect circle. Look at it. It's like jagged. Am I cooking, y'all? I like it. It just still feels a little bit weird to me. I might go up another story. 2 felt too short. This definitely feels a little bit better. We can get Christmas decorations on this. I just realized. Might as well do that before the season ends. I have a hot take, I must say. Yellow Christmas lights will and forever will be the best lights you can have. Like just plain yellow lights like this. Dude, I've always thought that. Like, ever since I was a kid, I always liked just the white, yellowish lights. And I hated the rainbow lights. For now, I'm just going to close the back of this because being able to see through it kind of ruins the effect. And now there's a bunch of stuff I want to do on the roof. The first thing is getting a fence around this layer here. I might stick with something like this for now, and then I'll have to adjust it. Something like that is quite clean and simple. Might change this again, though. I'm so iffy about that. Could do just that, but that's a bit weird. I'll use this for now, and then I'll add more onto it. Like, we'll add this. I always add this around, like, rooftops. This tall traditional beam. If you flip it upside down, it looks amazing. Maybe not there, though? I don't know. It's hard to say. Could also do it sideways. And if we're doing that, we don't need that second layer. Okay, it's a little bit obnoxious now. I might bring it back a medium grid space. That's clean. So we'll do that. And that is kind of our building so far. You can kind of see what I'm going for now. Another thing I'll have is I'll make custom windows for this story right here in the roof. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm probably going to actually hop off in a minute to take a break. But I'm very happy with what we're getting so far. I don't know if it looks amazing. There's definitely some things to it that I may or may not change. And we could also get a wreath on this door, can't we? That's the wrong side. Why is it going on the other side? Do something like that. Then another thing we'll do is we'll actually get a bit of snow on our sidewalk. These will be a lot thinner though. And these could also go on the roof now that I think about it. The hardest part about winter builds is getting snow on top of everything. Like, realistically, I should have snow on top of the lights. I should have snow on, like... Pretty much, this is a good example right here. See how the snow is on top of everything that's kind of flat? That's what I should be doing. But there's no way in hell I have enough plot data for that. So I'm kind of, like, doing what I can. I think it looks okay, though. And then, like I said, you could get this on the roof, too. Although I do gotta move all of these up closer to the actual source decal, or source block, rather. If y'all were to guess, how much plot data do you think we're taking up right now? The more I put down these, like, snow decals and stuff, the more I think, damn, we're probably at, like, 20% at least. I'm quite happy with how this looks. I don't know if the snow is super realistic. I think the next thing we have to add is a sign, which I'll make with decals later on. But for the upper floors, I'm going to do a combo of blacked out windows and curtains. And then for the bottom floor, the, what do you call it, the actual cafe, I'll probably do a little kind of interior. Not anything too crazy. I don't want to go too crazy with interiors on this series, because I need a lot of, like, data for specifically just the what do you call it, the exterior. Because as much as I love the interiors, I want to go crazy with the exterior, because this is literally an exterior-based build. Like, there's Christmas decorations, everything. So, I'm just going to place these in a random pattern. And on the other ones, we'll get high-detail curtains. Stuff like that works. Very cozy. Adds a little bit of detail. So, I'll do a couple that are fully closed, and then I'll do some that are partially closed, too. Same way we did the Windows Courtyard build. There you go. And then on the parts where you can see through, I'll probably just get, like, a basic shape. Clean and simple. Adds a little bit of detail. Because Bloxburg curtains are nice and all, but the thing about the Bloxburg curtains is they're very flat. The nice part about these is you can see how round they are, and I really, really like that. They actually have a lot of dimension to them, which makes them look a little more real, in my opinion. I won't need air conditioning units on the outside, because it is winter. People would have taken those out by now. I'll make, like, a structure for our sign, or like a little kind of thing. I can't tell if I should get it right here on this corner, or if I should get it, like, right here on the sides. That works. We'll get a decal for that eventually. What do I do next? I think I need more decorations. Street decor. The thing about this is I'll have to move all of these. I can't tell if I want this build to be nighttime kind of themed, or if I want it to be, like, day. Like, does this look good at night? I don't even know. There's something off about it. I think it's because I have no underground lights around these, so it's still really dark. Let's try putting some lights around this. Hold on. Looking kind of cozy now. Look at that. Am I stalling to do the interior? Yeah. What about it? This is cozy, bro. I love this. Oh, the interior though, bro. Oh my god, I don't even know. I really don't know how I feel about the interior. I might have an idea. I might do like booths. I mean, this might be really big for a little cafe, but at the same time, I don't know if I can just cut off half of the interior. I really wish light didn't go through walls, bro, and it was a little more spotted, because that just looks so odd. But there's really nothing I could do about that. So I want to have booth seating on either side, as well as square tables like this. And then we'll get some sort of chair to go with this, like maybe the ladder back. Yeah, we'll do the ladder back. Bro, this is actually buns. See, the problem is when I build cafes, I build micro cafes. This is not micro at all. Like, this is actually a big shop, which makes this really difficult. Is this fire? I don't know. I don't really like it. But I don't know why at the same time. I feel like part of the problem is the window trim. It's too bright. That's the first thing. I'm so iffy about this interior, dog. I can't even explain. This place feels so iffy. The roof is too flat. I need a way to make the roof more interesting. Like, a lot of coffee shops have like air ducts on the roof, but that's because they have tall roofs. This isn't a tall roof building. Like, this is quite short, so I can't really get air ducts or anything. Like, I really don't know how I feel about this. It almost looks like a McDonald's more than it does an actual, like, little coffee shop. I might try something instead. I might go for a rustic, almost basement look. I'm gonna connect all the light fixtures with like a pipe, and then I'll have like water pipes as well. I don't know. There's something about this I really don't like. So this is supposed to be like the old water pipes that would hang from a ceiling. I don't know why I'm adding them. I do really like the way they look. Well, in real life, that is. I don't know if they look good here. There's more I need to add to them, like a hot water tank. I also noticed that a lot of these cafes, especially in my references, have very rough roofs. And by rough, I mean like they have a lot of air ducts, a lot of piping. I don't know if it's for the aesthetic or it's just because it's an old building, but I think I'm gonna add a bunch of that. I think part of the problem is the roof. I think I need to make it like either really dark, like this, or really light. I might make it really dark. And I might make it snow again. I don't know if the paneling works. Is this cool? I don't know. I need to actually walk in here. I love the exterior. I think we can totally roll with this exterior, but I'm so iffy about the interior. Because one, does it look good? And two, does it even match the outside of the building? It's definitely a vibe. Imagine drinking your coffee here. I think we need some like art on the walls and like just more cafe stuff in general. That'll help. I like the yellow. I think I might keep the yellow. I know this is an ice cream machine, but it does look... Do I have it on my inventory? No. It's an ice cream machine, but it looks like a coffee machine, so I'm probably going to get a couple of those. Oh, you can undo to get Bloxburg back. I didn't even realize. But we'll get like 3. And then you have the actual espresso machine, if I can find that. We'll get like 3 of those. Get one of these. This is essential. I might actually have to bake some food to put in that. So now we can actually make full-on meals. I'm gonna make a bunch of baked items. That way we can put them in the display counter. Really, like, complete this build. I'll also have to make some decals after that, but I think we're getting near the end of this. I'm really happy with how this is looking now. Are we dead ass right now? And I can't even, like, place these. Oh my god. Okay, how are you gonna add 2 ovens and only let me use 1? I might put an oven inside of an oven, and maybe that'll work. Like that. Because that is actually functional. Now I gotta make my cookies again. This might be a really L take to some, but a W take to me. Why don't we make chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate? Like, I know there's some wankers in my comments that are gonna say, that's just a sugar cookie. That's just a sugar cookie. It's not, okay? It's not. A sugar cookie is disgustingly sweet. If you've ever had a chocolate chip cookie where, like, by random chance there's less chocolate in it, have you noticed how good it is? Why don't we make that, bro? Like, why is that not, like, a thing that we make and, like, sell? Chocolate chipless cookies, bro. I want to, like... if I ever buy, like, cookie dough at random for no reason, you already know I'm gonna try picking each individual chocolate chip out, throw that bitch out, and I'm just gonna eat it without the chocolate chips. Because honestly, I think it's better without them. A bunch of you are gonna call me insane, but I deadass. Can I? Oh, I gotta just bake them now? I deadass think that chocolate chip cookies would be better without the chocolate. I'm just gonna get like abstract art pieces on the wall. There's one thing I don't like about this display counter. There's only one level. I might actually add another shelf in build mode. I'm just making sure I cook all my food first. I could probably make another thing now. Dude, there's so many Christmas, like, items. Holiday tree brownies. You already know. I want to bake in real life now. Oh, and my other cookies are done. Red velvet cupcakes. I'm not going to do just Christmas stuff. I'm going to do, like, also just, like, baked goods that cafes would have. Like, if there's croissants, I definitely got to make croissants. That's another thing. Festive cake pops. Holy shit, that's so cute. I got to make these. See, like, we sell the same shit as Starbucks, but we're better than Starbucks. What should I call this place? I don't even know. Do I even have to bake these? I do, don't I? No, it's just raw dough? Is that actually true? Oh my god, they're so cute. I might even make more. This can come out, whatever the hell this is. Oh, these are the brownies. Is there dead ass no croissants? How do they have no croissants? Well, this should be everything. What I'm going to do now is find a table, take all the portions off, so they're all individual items. I'm not going to lie. If I was still, like, younger and into role-playing, I would love this. But what I'll do now is take everything out of the display cases so I can kind of adjust them. I can't tell if I should use just the big one or if I should use the one on top of the counter. There you go. Looking filled, looking clean. I think I'm gonna get random kitchen decor. This might be near finished, y'all. I don't know. I think we need some stuff on the tables. Like maybe a placemat at the very least. See, the nice part about this, you can't even read it. See, this is some shit that I love that Bloxburg made. Like, you could use this menu literally anywhere. Because it's not exactly clear on what they're selling. Like, it's not like you have to make a custom decal for a specific store. And I like that. That's kind of fun. Look at that, why not? Where's the folded sign? There it is. I want to get one of these. This is a vibe, yo. I like this. I'm going to change the decal of the folded sign because I found one on the Creator Marketplace that'll work. And then there's a couple I want to make for the interior. And then I got to make one for the sign. And then I think we can call this build finished. I'm very happy with this. Is it Christmassy enough? I don't know. I hope so. I do like the look we got, though. It's detailed, but it's not taking up too much plot data. And it's got a lot of realism, too. It's Christmassy. We're still using a lot of Bloxburg's items, so we're keeping it real. I love the custom lights. Went totally different with those, especially with the crosswalk. Like, I've never made something like this. And I think it turned out quite alright. Is there a bigger wreath, though, for that? Like, is there a giant wreath? Yeah, there is. I guess some parallel parking meters. Same thing we got on the Cyberpunk build. And I think we can call this almost finished. I just gotta do my decals. I really like the smooth rock texture. I feel like it really matches the winter kind of feel. Like, it almost looks like it's dusted with snow. Or it's got like a bit of a frost or something on it. But I think I'm gonna hop off for now to make my decals. I am very happy with how this has turned out. Really like the lights. Shout out to the guy that was in the previous live stream. I'll find your name, buddy, and put it on screen, because I'm heavily inspired by the lights that he made. Used some of the same techniques as well. And we've got our rounded kind of corner building. Our details with the new vehicles. We got both of them in here. Very thin, little cramped sidewalk. Wait! I forgot the... Hold on. We are not ending here. I mean, these may take up a little bit of plot data, but these will look great. I actually made some of these on the Toronto build, and I loved them. Or maybe not. We'll just have the 4 on each side. That's better. But now that that's done, we can go and make decals, and then we can call this finished. I'll see you guys soon. So I've made our decals, alright? And I've got a coffee with me. So, let's make these. No idea if they're gonna fit. I hope they do. You have 2 for the actual front sign. This place is gonna be called Jim's Coffee. And... Or no, there's 3 for the front sign. My bad. We're gonna make these as thin as you can. I probably should have made these white, because then I could recolor them in Bloxburg, but it is what it is. Why didn't I do that? Hold on, I'm gonna re-upload this. So I've made a bunch of changes. There's a couple more things I think I want to try. Now, I usually use these decals for the abandoned builds, but I kind of wonder if I should get just a couple to add some kind of like wear and tear to the building, and just to make it look more real, because even the most pristine buildings have some damage to them. So I'm going to get my most subtle damage decals and actually try putting them on this building. Now, these are the most like faint. This one's like chipped paint, which I think makes sense because this is painted brick. That's what the building is. And then I just have like very subtle ones like this that I'll just add like a tiny bit of like texture to this, which is, I think is very needed. So we'll color them to the same color as the brick, and we'll see how this looks. Hopefully it looks good. See, this one's a little bit too much. That one doesn't work. I think these other 2 will though, because they're like so faint, but they're like just noticeable enough to actually add some like variation. Like, look at that. Like, it's, I don't even know if the video is picking it up, but you can kind of see like faint cracks and stuff. I mean, I'm sure you can see that on the video. Yeah, like you see the kind of like slight difference that makes, because now there's a little bit of variation on our wall. It's not too plain. I might actually try and see if I have another one, because it's already getting a bit repetitive. Pretty sure I do. But the difference that makes is, I mean, quite obvious in my opinion. Like, it's a small detail that might not be necessary, but like, the thing I hate about like about big buildings in Bloxburg and like when I make them is how easily walls will feel repetitive. And I find that doing stuff like this, like just adding a little bit of a texture, damage, grime, whatever, I find that that makes a really big difference. Because like it still looks like a good building. Like it doesn't look abandoned, but now you got like some faint cracks, some faint kind of like splotches. And I feel like that makes it look a lot more real. That was one of the final things I wanted to add. Another thing will probably be like a chimney or two. Just so we have a bit of life in our build. We get some smoke. Kind of wondering if I should put it like here. That'd be kind of cool. I feel like we could get some new chimneys in Bloxburg soon. It's been a while since we had any new ones. I mean, if you don't count the holiday ones. I mean, there was one for Halloween, there was one for Christmas, but we've had the same 7 for a long time now. One of them isn't even a chimney, it's just like a ventilator of some sort. But I feel like it'd be cool to get some more chimneys eventually. I'm not going to get too much, because rooftops will drain plot data. Like, I'm talking drain. Like, it's not noticeable at first, but I tell you, if you aren't careful enough, you will dead ass lose, like 3% on a single rooftop. It's really important to be careful with like how much you're putting on your roof. I mean, 3% doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, trust me, especially for a single building. Like in a rooftop, you're not even seeing that. Like a big rule that I make for myself, and I always try to remind myself, is never put too much detail on a spot that no one will be seeing. Like this entire exterior, this is something you'll see all the time in your peripherals, whether you're actually admiring it. Like, that's what I would call an important aspect that a lot of detail should be put in. But the rooftop, the thing about the rooftop is you're never going to see the rooftop. The only time you'll see it is if you're in free cam or if you're zoomed out. And even then, I don't think anybody is going to be like deliberately looking at it and like, oh wow, it's a roof, you know? And that's exactly why I don't put too much detail on roofs, because I find it's a huge waste of plot data. That's just my opinion though, but that's a rule that I've been trying to like really remind myself for a long time now. And this applies to more than just roofs. Like I really try not to put detail in like sometimes bathrooms. Like I'll put like a door to a bathroom in a restaurant, but I won't actually make a bathroom. Because like it's a bathroom, right? Like I could put that in any other building, and if I put it on every single building, I'm going to be losing a significant amount of plot data. So that's another thing. I really try not to repeat stuff for plot data as well. Like there's so much, and it sucks that I have to like, you know, make these rules for myself and really remind myself to like save plot data. There's been plenty of times where I feel guilty because I'm like skipping out on what could be cool details that just aren't necessary. But if I add them, you know, I could be losing plot data for something more important. So there's been a lot of times where I kind of skip out on adding certain things. But yeah, I think we can call this finished. I mean, there's a lot that we did that I'm very happy with. We're going at... I mean, there's no real way of telling how much this building takes up, because I did put a road down and a bunch of street lamps, but with what we're at right now, we're at 20%. That's not horrible, but I'm very happy with how this turned out, and I think it's time we commence our tour. So, starting off, I must say, ignore the red lines. Those are for, like, future plans, but here you have your intersection. Went for a more unique, kind of old Main Street design. You got these really old, almost New York-style street lamps with garland wrapped around, as well as the snowflake kind of Christmas light that you see on main streets. A lot of main streets will just put like this light hanging off, and it'll be like a Christmas-themed like symbol or something, like a snowflake or a Christmas tree. Here you have a snowplow. Really wanted to use a new vehicle, so I put a snowplow parked up with a big snowbank here. I think it looks pretty cool. You got decal snow, really helping the transition between all the different, you know, snow piles and stuff. Over here, you've got a snowmobile with a trailer. Now, I thought this was pretty cool. I kind of thought maybe someone's taking advantage of the snow. They're using their snowmobile to commute. They're going shopping, so they brought a trailer, and they're getting a bunch of items to bring home. So, you know, there's your kind of vehicle. By the way, I must say, this might be a hot take. Snowmobiles are the biggest waste of money in Bloxburg and in real life. I just got to get that off my chest, but it's a cool little detail. Over here, took advantage of the new Christmas truck. There's this antique shop that I live near, and they have a really old, like, truck like this, and then they put the store logo on it. And I kind of thought that was pretty cool. And since this is Christmas themed, it's perfect for this build, and I kind of thought maybe this is Jim's truck. Jim's using this truck to promote his coffee shop. So, I think that's pretty cool. It kind of fits in with this. And last but not least, this is our actual building. Now, this definitely has a old Main Street vibe. I wanted to do a rounded corner building, so you kind of got the rounded part right here. Perfect spot for a big old wreath. You've got fake upper floors right here. Love the look of this. This is very similar to the coffee shop I did on the Toronto intersection. If you know, you know. Only real ones will remember that one. You got your rooftop as well. Very simple. Trying to save plot data. That is some rank-ass Z-fighting. Hold on. Z-fighting removed. There you go. You can see we have like a little, I don't even know what you call this, molding something or other. All your cornices. You got your big old windows with the custom curtains. I love these curtains, bro. I think they look so real, and you can have them like partially open too. That's the thing I hate about the Bloxburg curtains. They're so flat, and you can't even like partially open them. It's either open or closed. Nice part about these is you can like open them partially, open them all the way. Like, I love it. Coming to the first floor, you can see we got benches, Christmas decor, a lot of molding, kind of a wooden design. Really went for an old coffee shop look. Christmas lights, little fold-out sign right here. Coming inside, really went for a like classic coffee shop look. Not like a Starbucks that's like, you know, kind of fast foody. I went for a more local, one of a kind kind of shop. You got all your seating. You've got booth seating. You've got couple seating. More booth seating by the window. I put a lot of air ducts and water pipes on the ceiling. Kind of unnecessary. That's usually something you'd find in a basement or like an industrial building. But I really like the look of it. Like, you got your hot water tank, vents, ducts, struts, like literally everything. Not struts, trusses, my bad. But I think putting all this on the roof, as busy as it makes it, I think it adds so much detail. Because without this stuff, my roof looks so flat, bro. And like the amount of depth it has, because a lot of these are hanging lower than the actual ceiling, like this water pipe, for example, you can see it's actually like a medium grid size below the actual ceiling, which I think makes a huge difference. And then you got like the lights kind of fixtured up in between all the piping and stuff. I don't know why, I just love the look of it. Like, this is a simple little interior. This isn't like amazing. It's not mind-blowing, but it's definitely better with all the doodle-bob stuff on the roof. All the doohickeys and thingamabobs. This was a very, very hard build because I wanted a small coffee shop, but my dumbass made a giant building, and I was like, I'm gonna put a small coffee shop in this. But I didn't really care about how big I made the building. Look how big this shit is. So I was stuck with this giant first floor to make a quote-unquote small coffee shop, which I don't even know if you could call small anymore, but it's a coffee shop. You could probably have like 30 customers in here at once. Coming over here, you got your menu, you've got art, as you can see. I went for a tile kind of look over here. I love the yellow. I feel like there'll be a lot of people that don't like it, but I really wanted to try something different, so we went for more of a mustard yellow. Established in 1946 right there. Kind of fills in that little blank spot, which I like. You can see we have all our kind of pastries and stuff. Went for more Christmassy kind of desserts and baked goods. You got muffins and all that jazz. Fairy bread. I don't even know if they'd have that on a cafe's menu, but why the hell not? We'll put it there. Definitely has an old cafe look. This almost looks, what do you call it? Art Deco. This display case. I don't know why. It really reminds me of like the Polar Express, like that movie. That movie had a lot of Art Deco themed like architecture and stuff in it. And it totally feels like that movie. In the kitchen, you can see we have plenty of cups. These are ice cream machines, but they're supposed to look like a type of coffee machine. So just use your imagination, y'all. You got a hand sanitizer thing right there, paper towel and all that jazz. You got ovens for your pastries, tons of coffee cups. You got more kind of tableware there, record player, syrups and sugars and all that. You got more coffee machines here. I realize that I'm using different coffee machines and they all do the same thing. I'm just trying to add some variety. Like, I like the retro one. I like the Bloxburg one, so I said why not use both? And they both kind of look like they do something different, even though they don't. So that's that. You got a blender. I love this science sink, or whatever the hell this is, because they have this in real life. A lot of coffee shops will have, like, just a sink faucet coming out of the counter, but they won't have, like, a basin. It'll just be made for, like, spraying a cup, or, like, filling a cup. So that's what this kind of looks like. Get your payment over here, and then again, your pastries. And then back here we have the real operation. If you were to actually roleplay in this place, you would actually just use all the stuff that's back here. I am very happy with how this turned out. I don't know if the interior matches the exterior, but I'm definitely happy with, like, how the interior turned out alone. I'm happy with the exterior, like how it turned out alone. And I think we got, like, a Christmas vibe with this as well. Like, I feel like this is perfect. I probably could have put more snow on the ground, but I'm trying to save plot data. And I don't want to remind people about the miserable part of winter, which is like the stage of winter where the ground is just covered in slush. Real Canadians know about that. When you have to trudge through wet, gray, freezing cold snow that's just covering the road and sidewalk. I wanted to give this more of like a happy vibe, so there's only powdered white snow. As unrealistic as that may be, a big habit of mine is to really clutter the shit out of, like, interiors, but this is a restaurant. Restaurants need good flow, empty areas for waitresses and stuff, or, like, just for people that need to walk around. So, a big challenge I faced in this, like, interior was making it open and full at the same time. And the challenge I kept facing was it felt empty no matter how much or how little I added. But it feeling empty wasn't because of, like, the amount of chairs and tables I had or the amount of, like, space I had. It was because of how blank the ceiling was. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please let me know. And if you want this to become a series, the Winter Town series, holler at me in the comments, because I am so down to do that. Tell me what you think. Did it turn out alright? Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys. Get a little more B-roll. I love the depth on the curtains, man. I will never stop doing these custom curtains. But as I was saying, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.